When it comes to what's happening in Wayne County and the North Carolina area, look no further than Taylor House Publishing. If you have a story that needs to be told, please contact us via email at taylorhousepublishing@gmail.com.
All right, so what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Richard Taylor, and I'm back with another episode of Taylor House Publishing. Now, today we are going to talk about an reported or an accused slumlord in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Now, the picture that you see on your screen is that of 1308 East Walnut Street. And if you see that house, that is a rooming house in which several occupants maintain. Now, the picture that you see on the screen here is that of Mr. Jim Rayford Jones of God Said Ministries. Now, Mr. Jones, as you see, is a reverend, and he has a parish in a church, and he's reportedly a man of the gospel. However, as you're going to see from these pictures that I'm about to show you of this house, he is actually renting this property that is in extreme disrepair. Should not, in my opinion, be inhabited by humans. But nevertheless, this man feels that it is okay to rent this property to individuals who are looking for residencies. Now, the individual that alerted me to this property has only been here 2 or 3 weeks. Now, keep in mind, he said that he has brought some of the issues that you are about to see in these pictures to the attention of Mr. Rayford, and Mr. Rayford kinds of deflects on fixing the issues, saying, okay, well, and I quote the gentleman, well, this will never be a Beverly Hills mansion. So nevertheless, whether it's a Beverly Hills mansion or not, you should still fix the issues that cause health hazards and also physical hazards to the individual occupants. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump into these pictures real quick so you can see what Mr. Jim Rayford Jones is renting to potential residents as a reported man of the gospel. So you see the outside of the house here. There's, green moss on the steps, on the banisters. And the guy told me that that front door that you're looking at does not lock. It does not lock. So anyone is able to walk in and out of the building, even if they are a resident or not. Now let's look at the next picture. Now there you see an up close picture of the second floor. You see the wood rotting around the air conditioning and the windows. The windows look like they have tape on them as well. You see once again, the green moss that is covering those areas. Now let's go further. Now this right here is the front porch. The front porch, as you see, has a patch over it. No telling what's under that patch. I assume it would be a hole or some exposed planks or wood there. But, we don't know. I didn't take a chance to step on that area for fear of what might be under it. And so here we have the inside of the apartment. Now, as you see, there is duct tape on the roof or the ceiling area of the apartment. Now, I don't know if that is up to code. I don't know if that is legal, but that definitely does not seem like something that you would rent to someone. Now, mind you, this was like this when the people, or when Mr. Rayford allowed the people to move in. And there you see more holes in the ceiling. The ceiling is peeling back, very exposed to certain areas. And there you see just an outright hole in part of the ceiling there. And you see the paint splashes on the wall. The walls were never, I guess, completely finished painting. Or, you know, when people, I guess that's a plaster mark, when people cover up holes. They may have plastered the holes but never repainted, but yet still felt comfortable enough to rent this home. And there you see the plaster peeling off of the wall in between that little stand right there. There's plaster peeling off of the wall. And once again, that is the front door of the house, which again, it does not lock. You can see the door is in very much disrepair. Now, this is the back of the home. Now, this is the back porch. You see the roof there. That is completely exposed. The ceiling there, you see above that door right there, there's also exposure. Anything it looks like can get into the house from those areas. And also you see the back porch there. The banisters are all green with moss and look like they are rotting to pieces. And there's another picture of the inside of the ceiling of the roof. The back wall there, you see more exposure, rottenness there. And there's another part of the roof. You see the roof is almost falling in on some parts there. You see the holes in the underbed of the roof as well. Now this is mold, if I'm not mistaken. This is the mold that is gathered in the bathroom. All of the mold right there on the cabinets. I guess that's the cabinet hinge, or mold or rust. Now this is under, if I'm not mistaken, the sink. Now you see that is clearly mounds and mounds of black mold that is in this area here. Very unhealthy. More pictures of the black mold there under the sink. And there he's showing you, I guess, the mold on the towel that is under or over the bathroom sink there. And that is the toilet. He said the toilet is very unstable. You see there, anytime that there's an opening like that, you would automatically assume that there's a water leakage issue, where there are no towels that can be put under that place under the toilet should be all toweled up. And there you see once again more duct tape. If I'm not mistaken, that is in a different area, and it is because the other area was closer to the wall. So there's more duct tape on the ceiling. Once again, there's that hole again. And there we see a cooler. There's a cooler full of water in which he states that when it rains, he gets, that amount in the bedroom. So he has to put a fishing cooler inside of his room to prevent the water from sogging up the carpet and causing more damage. There you see once again another angle of the missing underbed or the missing undercarriage of this residence. And I believe that once again is the back porch there. More of an angle that you see That roof is on its last leg. And you look at the beams and everything. Like, all of the beams are falling apart. I feel that it is only a matter of time before this place falls. You see, he has some sort of white little thing holding it together, if I'm not mistaken. And these are the steps. Look at those steps right there. How many of you would be willing to walk on up those steps? Now, that is look like those steps are going to fall at any moment. I know I wouldn't, and they've already been falling. Like, you have to play skip to my loo to get up over them. And once again, there's another angle of that roof. And here you see, once again, that is the ceiling. That is the ceiling peeling from water damage. You can see, anytime you see like creases in the ceiling, that is from water damage. And of course, if you saw the roof, you know that, water is probably coming all through that roof from various locations. There's more cracks. I assume that is either the ceiling or the wall. Definitely from water damage. You see the water stains there. And there is a log right there from the trees that are rotting and falling over onto the house. The gentleman says that he has complained about the several issues of those trees, and when they fall, the landlord just put them in the back. And as you see, the yard is very unkept as well. You see a lot of leaves falling from the various trees that are around the apartment. And that is, you see that tree right there, that tree is hanging over the apartment. Looks like that tree has been falling and is ready to fall at any time there. Like, and look at, once again, the roof. You see the roof is in just poor condition. And there you see, once again, this is more of the inside of the house. More tape, more mold. More ceiling, probably. He got, it looks like, not even regular duct tape on one side of that. Looks like a little tape that comes off your dryer that tells you the energy guide. That's what that looks like on the left side there. And so this is 1308. 1308 Walnut Street. Now, what you have seen, do you think, in your opinion, this is a residence that is habitable or able to be inhabited by humans? The individual also mentioned a roach infestation. There's flea infestation. He's also mentioned that he actually caught a rat that was coming out from coming up through the floor. He actually had to put a piece of steel or cover up the hole to keep the rats out. He also mentioned that it was 2 weeks before they got a stove and a refrigerator after moving in. Also 2 weeks before they could get the power service turned on, because the previous person who lived there, I think they said that they were stealing power, and they had took the meters out, and it took the landlord 2 weeks to get the proper replacement and inspection done for those individuals to get power services. And this is just one of the properties that is reported that Mr. Jim Rayford Jones owned. Now, it's reported that he owns two right on the corner of Walnut and Leslie, 701 and 700, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. But also reports have been given to me about the condition of those properties, and I may get a resident of those properties to give me their story, but it's very contradictory for Mr. Jim Jones, and I guess he's no relation to the cult leader Jim Jones, but considering what he's willing to rent out to the public, he may not be far off, because and I took a look through his Facebook page here, and he's definitely living a good life himself. There you see, I don't know what kind of bike that is, but that is, I don't know if that's a Harley Davidson. All of you bike enthusiasts may can tell what kind of bike that is. There you see, he's eating high off the hog with a nice meatloaf. That meatloaf looks good, by the way. But there are several pictures of him, in the church, preaching. You also see this right here. Maybe this is one of his properties, or something that he is building, barn, what have you. But there you see him preaching on television, on Ustream, also preaching right there in his nice suit. And so, ask yourself, does this look like the type of man who would rent a property like that? Or does that property look like the type of property that would be rented by a man in that position? I've heard through the grapevine that the city code enforcement manager has just resigned as recently as 2 days ago. Now, if he did resign, I think it is, he should as well have resigned if that is what he's allowing to be rented. It's apparent that from a source that I've talked to said that he wasn't really doing his job anyway. But that person who resigned as the code enforcement manager was Mr. Matt Summerlin. Now, it doesn't, I don't know why he resigned. There's no evidence of any scandal or any information thereof. However, for these types of properties, and I know there are more to be able to be rented in Goldsboro, North Carolina, is a reflection on the city of Goldsboro management, the code enforcement, the inspection team, what have you, to allow these apartments to be rented as such. And keep in mind that there are multiple families living in these dwellings, so that is just one of the dwellings in that building. There's no telling what other issues that people are having. According to the individual, who he even offered, according to him, to do the work that is needed. The only thing you have to do is supply the materials. Like, I'll fix this place up, but just supply the materials. And of course, he was told again that this will never be a Beverly Hills mansion. But he was also told, reportedly, by Mr. Jones, that he's going to ask himself right out of the property. Now, that's a nefarious tactic, knowing that people need somewhere to go, and for them to ask you to make repairs, and your response is, if you keep asking me to make repairs, then you're going to be out of here. That is not very godlike. That is not very human-like. That is not very landlord-like. If you rent a property, you should want people to feel comfortable, to feel safe. Most importantly, that house is not safe. According to me, now I'm not a code enforcement guy, but I think that house should be torn down and rebuilt from the ground up, or even condemned. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a construction guy, but you be the judge. You let me know what you think in the comments. this man, Mr. Jim Rayford Jones, who reportedly is a preacher, is renting this house out. And you guys saw the pictures. You can make your own judgment from, your own two eyes on what you think the remedy to this should be. Nevertheless, 919-587-7782. If you have any issues, any more issues with residents, feel free to call, or you can email me at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. I thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for supporting. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe the video. Until next time, peace and blessings.